Joint Podcast, episode 25.
Woo woo. Where the bombs at?
We in the building, man.
Woo woo.
Bombs? Yes,
Yeah.
bombs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Back in our bullshit, ain't we?
Let that go a couple seconds ago. We was grieving, but we back.
Hey.
Sorry, hold on. There we go. Joint Podcast, episode 25. First of all, don't ever do that again. don't do that. That was terrible.
What's that? Is that a grenade launcher?
I don't know what that was.
It's from like 200 yards away. Grenade launcher, like very far in the distance.
But I am your host, Khare, in the building today. I do have Frank Mo to my right, of course. Montrell is here. Alfonso is here, aka Von V.
Hello.
And we are all here. Gentlemen, how y'all feeling today?
Feeling great. How you doing, Khare?
I'm good.
Ordained by the Lord.
You already lit?
Ordained?
Yeah,
Don't you gotta be somewhere for that?
I was.
All
Just got
right.
back from there.
Gotcha. Joint Podcast, episode 25. We're here with y'all today. And this would be, this is a very trying time, a trying week. There's a lot of stuff that we got to get
You
into.
gonna say stop, nigga? Oh,
Damn.
alcoholic.
Boring ass.
Being alcoholics and shit.
Hey, this is just
joint
touring.
podcast.
Right.
Like the Cup podcast.
Oh, we're not
So we're
sponsored.
here. Let's just jump right into the hot thought of the week. And this week I was just thinking, the first time that I saw Home Alone, I was actually home alone.
Sorry, I wasn't prepared for that.
I'm just saying, the first time I saw Home Alone, I was 8 years old and I was home alone.
Did you fear for
I
yourself?
was gonna say, were you scared?
No, I was more of a survival guide. I felt more like I knew what to do after watching Kevin and McCall.
Niggas would actually be that dumb,
What you mean?
rolling up in your house.
What you mean?
You think 8-year-old you can finesse 2 grown men?
Yeah.
Alright.
If fucking Macaulay Culkin could do it, why
That's a
can't I do
movie.
it?
Did you go around your house?
And he's
thinking
white.
If someone were to come in, this is what I would do.
Yeah, I definitely put the hot iron on the fucking door.
Did you come up with your own?
No, it stopped after that.
Oh,
But
okay.
that was it. Cause everything else had to be like cardboard and shit. I didn't have that.
Practice how to boil water really quickly, just
Yeah.
in case.
That's
Yeah.
white privilege.
Some shit like that.
What's white privilege?
Macaulay
Having an iron?
Culkin. Everything he did in that movie.
How?
Black kid fucking die.
No, it wouldn't.
I think a black kid wouldn't have traps.
Black kid's been by themselves since
Yeah,
He'd have
since
just,
6.
he'd have just
Yeah,
fought.
We been ready. That's
He'd have
true.
just
That's
scrapped
what I'm
up.
saying.
They don't be gonna be at the house in 6 weeks just chilling.
They would have been
6
at the front
weeks.
door squaring
Hey,
up.
Relax.
Start early. What?
Answering the door.
All right. So, let's just get into the hypocrisy in America.
Hypocrisy?
Yeah,
Damn.
because Donald Trump isn't leaving office.
He isn't?
No, this past Wednesday there was a vote from the Senate.
You didn't watch the vote?
And
Okay.
I don't know anything about politics. I'm just straight up with you.
Okay.
I just
So-
found out not too long ago that the impeachment, he wasn't leaving. I think you told me that. I haven't known anything since then.
Yeah, so he was impeached, and there was a Senate trial, and they voted this Wednesday, and for both counts, both articles of impeachment, excuse me, he was found not guilty, or he was acquitted, because there was 62 votes to 58, I believe.
They only needed 34 votes.
No, they need more than that. They need 2/3.
Yeah, 2/3.
2/3. And all Republicans voted not guilty. All Democrats voted guilty.
Wait,
Except-
2/3 of how many? Like how many total?
So it's 100. So it has to be 66 or 67%.
Oh, they need 2. Okay, gotcha. I was
Yeah.
thinking 1/3.
But shout out to your
Dang, they were
boy,
really close.
our money, aka Mitt Romney. He voted to remove him from office. The only Republican to do so.
Yeah,
Is he only
only
Republican?
on one article though.
There was only on one article.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so all of the Republicans, basically, except for Mitt Romney on one article, basically voted not guilty, which is
We saw the
sad.
sky.
It's sad.
It was telegraphed from the beginning.
It's sad because they all know it's true, but they're all being paid, which is
They not gonna remove.
it's kind of fucked up because it was supposed to be democratic, but there was nothing democratic.
I'm not gonna say if it was Obama. If it had been any Democrat in office,
Mhm.
under the same charges with that same fucking Senate, they would have got.
Okay.
Yeah, with the same Senate because it's majority House, but
I mean, Clinton didn't get removed; it was majority.
that's also true.
But I feel like on those charges,
Mhm.
they would remove that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clinton just lied, nigga.
I'm about to expose my ignorance here because I know nothing.
It's okay to be ignorant.
Okay, so the vote was 62,
62, 58.
58.
Yeah, it's two Senate seats per state.
That's not 100.
That is 62, 50,
48.
48. Excuse me.
Okay.
Shit.
So
My
so,
math is bad.
so it's
Yeah,
60
yeah. Shut up.
That wasn't the question. So it's 62, 48.
Yeah.
And there was only one Republican that voted.
On one article.
There was only one Republican on one article that voted to remove him.
Mhm.
Other than that, no
So-
Republican voted to remove him.
So one was 62-48. The other one was 61-49.
So there's 61 Democrats.
No,
40.
there's only 48 Democrats in the Senate.
So if they got 62 votes and only one Republican voted,
No.
how are there?
The Republicans had the 62.
Where you live? Where you live?
Oh, duh. No, so when you said the 2/3 thing, I thought you were saying that like 62
So
Democrats voted.
for it to go through, you need 2/3 of the Senate, which is 67%.
Right.
But the Republicans control the Senate because it's more of them than there are Democrats. So
Oh, so the vote was for not guilty.
basically,
Ultimately,
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought you were saying that the vote was for guilty, and they got 62 votes for guilty, but because it didn't get to 67,
Oh, no,
they
no.
failed.
no.
Okay,
It was all not guilty. They needed to get to 67 though, and they just came up short because no Republicans jumped ship basically.
Okay.
But
So
yeah,
Republicans fuck with him like that? I thought
No.
they hated it.
They don't.
They do hate him.
they just don't want
That's their
Republican
party.
president. They don't want a party member being removed from office because that'll be the second time for them. The first time was Nixon, but he resigned.
No, Nixon never got impeached.
Yeah, he resigned though.
Right.
It was kind
But
of.
he would have
lost
been
there.
impeached. They probably would have removed his ass
Yeah,
off.
so
but
it was
he
kind
never
of-
went through that process.
They didn't
He
go
was
through-
smart. The nigga got out ahead of it. I'm out.
I'm really proud of you guys. You guys know a lot about politics. I didn't
So
know.
what? You can learn
Well,
this
you
shit in like
just-
fucking 10 minutes.
Yeah, you just got to know the basics of stuff to just make sure
That
that
sounds
we
about
are
right.
a democratic country in here. And I don't think that we're starting to lean more to fascist society, but
Yeah, that's been since they wanted this presidency.
it's almost over. Hopefully.
So I know a guy that has a theory that Trump ain't gonna leave office
For the election or for
ever.
Ever?
What you mean ever?
Like he's gonna get reelected?
So
What do you mean
he,
ever?
he will be reelected this fall.
No, you don't.
He will be fucking reelected.
How much you want that?
Well,
I put 100 on it, easy.
well, first
Trump,
of all,
we will have
if
4
you're
more
gonna, If
years.
you're gonna bet on it, I would assume you're gonna be voting for him.
That's not what that means.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what
You
that
gonna vote
means.
against your bet, dog?
That's a good question.
I would.
That's a strong.
But I know he's gonna win.
Mm-hmm. So
But
you'll
I'm
put
saying
mon- you'll put money on it.
You're
but
putting
you'll
your money on it,
vote
but
the
you're
other
not
way.
voting for him.
Mhm.
I don't see that.
That's a dumbass bet.
Yeah, that's a terrible bet.
I'm gaining $100. He's saying he's not gonna win.
He's not gonna win.
I win the $100,
So
even
this-
by not voting for
Through
him.
this thought experiment, you are admitting that your vote doesn't matter.
No, that's not what
I
I'm saying.
mean, that's
That's
partially
not-
true.
That's not what
You're
I'm saying.
even if you
So,
vote
if the
not
vote-
for Trump, he's
like,
gonna
even
win
if
anyway.
There are going to be more people voting for Trump than they're not going to
Right.
be.
You're not.
That's not true because that's not what happened.
Hold on a second.
That's not what happened last time, but that's what's going to happen this
No,
time.
it's not.
And even then, with this broken electoral college, this old, outdated system, he's still going to fucking win.
That's the
That's
only
a good
reason
point.
he's gonna win. He's not gonna win the
The
primary.
electoral college was put together to eliminate motherfuckers like him from being in office, and it put him in
No,
office.
it's the opposite. It enables motherfuckers like him from being put in office.
That's true.
He did not win the popular vote in 2016. He's not going to win it this year either.
He ain't got to win it.
Exactly. That's
So what is
what
your
I'm
bet
saying.
then? And then what is your bet? Is it
I'm just
voting
saying-
or just winning?
I'm saying one thing.
I just want you to know that you
Trump.
made a second point saying that your vote doesn't matter.
All I'm saying is Trump will be reelected.
Okay, so you're saying Trump is winning overall. That's your bet.
Yes.
Right. So
Okay.
Trump is going to win overall. You're not going to vote for Trump, and you will admit that he might not win the popular vote.
Yes.
He's
So
not
how
gonna
much
win the
does your
popular
vote matter?
His will matter because if it comes
You-
down to
you've ex-
all votes matter.
You've expressed 2 points now
All
on how
votes
your
matter.
vote doesn't matter.
All votes matter.
He's pushing this shit
Because he don't vote.
You need to vote.
I'm very uneducated.
It doesn't matter. Just vote
about being.
Democrat.
No,
See,
don't
that's the
don't
problem.
do that. All
That's the
right,
problem.
don't.
That's the
don't,
only way to solve the
Don't
problem.
blind
now.
ticket it. At least get some
Anybody,
information.
anybody that votes a straight ticket ain't got no fucking soul.
Don't.
I'm not
I would
saying he
never
has a
vote
vote
straight ticket.
Democrat on anything, but for president this
Yeah.
year, you need
So-
to vote Democrat.
No.
Even though you've admitted that your vote doesn't matter, me not voting makes your vote more powerful.
That's not true.
You need to voice Trump.
There's power in
can
numbers.
we not have this fucking?
Okay, we can talk about
There's
that.
power. Oh, okay, go ahead. Sure, we'll talk about
Look,
You need to vote. It's simple as that.
I just
Please
like
vote.
every
to say
person.
one more thing.
Go ahead.
I did want to shout out Mitt Romney because he's the only one in that party that seems willing to publicly speak out against Trump on a regular basis, and he's taking a lot of shit for this because Trump is a cult leader.
Did y'all see Nancy Pelosi?
I've always had respect for Senator Romney though. That motherfucker is always. He's
Boy, our money.
He's always been direct.
Our money.
Yeah.
Did y'all see Pelosi rip up his State of the Union speech?
Nigga,
Yeah.
the fucking child, yes. She shouldn't have done this shit like that. She could have done this shit, but she shouldn't have done it on
She
camera.
ripped up
She shouldn't have done this
Trump's
shit.
State of the Union.
Yeah.
Man, look, there's still
I
a
should give a
certain
transcript.
respect that has
Everybody
to
gets
be given.
Oh, okay.
There is no respect that deserves to be given to this presidency. Period.
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 This is a black mark in U.S. history for sure.
Really?
Yes.
It's been that bad?
It's
I think, you know how they say, like years and years later, the history books will write it and it won't be as bad when it's written.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look back on it, I don't think it will be as bad.
what has
I think the thing that fucks him up the most is how he talks.
Yeah.
That's
what
it.
has been
It's
his-
not so much as
what
what
has
he's
been
doing.
his thing, right? So like every president has their shining moment. Bush had, 9/11, and now he stepped up.
That's a shining moment, man.
Well, for his response to it is what's in the history books as his shining
I swear to
moment.
God, we didn't do it. Obama,
of course, has Obamacare as his shining moment, and taking care of Bin Laden as well. So what is Trump's shining moment?
See, okay.
Getting acquitted is a shining moment.
That's
fucking
that's
fair.
sad.
That's a good
That's
point.
a sad, but that's so true. That's sad.
Did you watch the State of the Union?
No.
Did you watch?
I watched it a little bit. Yeah.
You remember like towards the beginning when he called out all the African American stats?
Where he was bigging up his big influence in the African
He
American.
definitely came for the African American vote in that
Yeah.
goddamn address.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck with that shit.
I like the numbers he said, but I don't know. I want to see it because I don't feel like.
Do you remember any of the numbers that he said?
No, I have to go back and look at
It was mostly
But-
numbers talking about unemployment rates.
Right.
He was talking about
How they went down?
how they're the lowest that they've ever been.
Yeah,
The
folks
economy
specifically.
that he inherited from Obama.
That's what I was gonna say.
But then
So-
if you go like that, then you can say, well, Obama inherited.
A recession.
You know,
Hold on.
Yeah.
Obama inherited some bullshit.
Yeah,
But the only thing that Obama got all the credit for that I would partially give to Bush
Mhm.
was the assassination of Bin Laden. I would give part of that to the Bush.
That has been
administration.
in the works for him.
That's been in the works for a
yeah,
minute.
I can see that.
And but whoever's in the fucking spotlight at that time will get
Gets
all the
it.
credit, and that's good, I guess.
Mhm.
But you got to understand that this is a process. So these trending numbers, how everything is going up and the unemployment rate is coming down, that's been a trend for the last fucking 8 years.
That is true.
So,
But I mean,
but he got it when you stand up there, you the president of the United States.
Mhm.
Those are your fucking numbers because you are in charge right now.
What decisions does he make that influence unemployment rates?
It's more of building. There's more growth of jobs in lower economic struggling areas, which is improving and lowering the unemployment rate for African
But
Americans.
is he actually sitting there making those decisions, or does he have a team of
Well,
people?
when you sign a bill and then he's basically giving people tax breaks to get jobs and open up, more opportunity, then I mean it's kind of his influence. But he's not going. You
He's not
work
coming up
here,
with the ideas.
right? He's
This
not
shit-
doing-
He's signing off on it.
Yeah, the shit
Basically, yeah.
still goes in the normal process. It's just presented and he signs it in the law.
Mhm.
And then takes credit for it all.
Right.
basically.
They don't, because I mean, even if he vetoes this shit, they can still get it passed.
Yeah.
It's just a longer process.
Well, no, I
So-
didn't know that. I said.
Oh yeah, Congress can still pass it.
Where were
without
you in social studies? All of that.
civics, but yeah, Congress can still pass it. I think they need 2/3. They can still pass it without him if he vetoes it and it goes back.
Yeah.
I think the House of Representatives 2/3 of it.
I believe it has to get drawn up in the House and then it goes to the Senate, just like anything else, and 2/3 of the Senate has to pass it through.
Okay, so it's the Senate that can override it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I ask this question?
Yeah.
I know we've been on this shit for a minute, but
Mhm.
if that Chief Justice wanted to preside, he presided over, but if he wanted to rule him guilty based on the evidence that was presented and not use the vote of the Senate, could he have done that?
I don't think he has the authority to do that.
I believe, can it go to the Supreme
Because like
Court?
I feel, because when they were talking about him and how he would handle it, and they were saying how he worked with the other judge that did Clinton's impeachment,
Mhm.
and he wanted to handle it the same way, but they made it sound like there was open, like it was open for him to be like, we'll just run this shit like a regular courtroom, and I will make the fucking ruling.
For
If
any
it wasn't-
other, go ahead, Metro.
If it wasn't a Senate trial, he would have that authority. But since it was a Senate trial, and the Senate has to be the organization that removes the president from office,
So what is the purpose of him being there?
he to preside over.
Over, basically.
So make sure, like, he told them to cut the bullshit early on because they were acting like children.
Oh,
They were. They were.
God damn. See, that's the shit. Now, this shit like that, like when you get in like details like that, I'm out.
No, but it's
I've
like
been out.
they, that whole proceeding, like his former security, I think manager. Or
Oh, niggas already got fired.
Yeah,
That's
he
shit.
did not wait.
He came
Did
in
not
and
hesitate.
basically like he did the shit. I was with him. He did it. And if it was up to a judge, I think it would have been right. But I think the judge is only there is if the Senate ties up. He's the ruling factor, I believe.
But why wouldn't it be the fucking vice president?
The vice president is technically like the equivalent of the Speaker of the House, and they get a tiebreaker vote. If it's-
So that's what I'm saying. Why
The
wouldn't it be
Speaker
him?
of the House? That's not Senate.
No.
No.
The vice president is the president of the Senate. Is he
so-
president of the
No,
Senate?
he's Speaker of the House.
No, the Speaker of the House is a separate thing.
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi is the
That's
Speaker of the House.
That's
Right.
Nancy Pelosi.
Right, she runs the House.
Got you.
But
The vice president runs the Senate.
he doesn't really run it, but he gets that tiebreaker vote.
Right. That's what I meant.
Okay.
So he's her equivalent in the Senate.
Yeah, then I don't really see the reason for him then. If
It's a,
Like I
mind
said,
you, we're not Googling up, we
because
don't know what we're talking about.
it was a toxic environment, and they need people to preside over the trial. So it's not just people yelling at each other for 12 hours a day.
That shit would be hilarious. Could you imagine fucking being there and all these fucking old ass
on the
adults
Senate floor.
and they're fucking just screaming at each other?
Screaming, niggas was, they were already like walking out, chilling in the back room.
They were definitely high strung. Niggas was upset.
Bro, that shit would be fucking hilarious. You couldn't be in there because you
Who's
ain't
that
got the
on-
clearance to hear
South
none of
Carolina
that shit.
Senator Lindsey Graham?
That
He
bitch,
was chilling in the back for most of it.
that bitch.
Him and
Like,
that other one. What's the other one? The black Tim Scott. Tom?
I don't know.
He from South Carolina. He Republican. Not guilty.
I don't like none of them niggas.
Oh, fuck Susan Collins, she fake.
All right.
Who's our guy in North Carolina? Fuck
Tom
him too.
Tillis
No, it wasn't
and
him.
They Republicans, it don't matter.
Yeah,
Tom Tillis
fuck
and
that.
it's not Patrick McHenry. He's the
McCrory.
no
No,
Richard Burr.
Richard Burr.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't him who wrote it.
Nigga, they all voted.
Anyway, all the
Yeah,
Republicans, fuck them, alright? Because
All I know,
they didn't vote with an open heart.
All I
They
know
really just
is
voted
that-
just because of party.
if
So-
you take a shit in a blue toilet, it's a Democrat.
Anyways, I feel like
Terrible. Don't.
I feel like
Look at that.
I feel like
That was so bad.
there's not a lot in the Constitution that says what the president can't do, which is also another issue that's presented because if it's not written that he can't do it, then it's okay to do it.
No, that's,
No, that's the way the Republicans are looking at it, and that's why they're able to push this shit so easy. Aside from
It's-
the fact that
they
just
push it
script
so easy because they have the numbers.
that too, but there's nothing that says what he can. There's not a lot that says what
I
he
mean,
can
that was
do.
for the Senate to determine if they would actually do their jobs. That would be the
I
conclusion.
think but think about when the Constitution was written. It was only what
They did
13
well,
states. It wasn't written for this many people, this many states. It wasn't written for
blacks.
that.
I know that.
That too. Just 3/5 says.
Who? Are you not the same 3/5?
No, nigga.
Bitch, what are you then? 2?
A whole.
a million whole years old.
But I think-
when they gave him this whole.
I got my 40 acres in them. You know what
He
the
was there
fuck?
before he came
I
3/5.
want my other 2/5 back. Now.
I think that shit needs to be looked into and amended, but they're not gonna do that shit.
What are you talking about?
like the powers of the president.
Well, he's not
I think-
supposed to have power. That's the whole point of checks and balances.
He has power.
Are you saying it's
He's not supposed to have like supreme power.
He's not supposed to, but I'm saying there's nothing preventing him from
I
doing
mean,
it.
there's a lot preventing him.
I mean,
He's just an asshole.
What gives the president supreme powers if your party controls
Yeah.
the Senate or the House?
That just gets you not removed.
No, that gives you supreme power. That's the reason Obama couldn't get shit through.
Yeah, if you do some shit that's worth removing, and you don't get removed. That's supreme power.
And especially
I'm
when they
taking
had
that side. When you wrong,
when they had-
shut up. Yeah.
when they
my
had
God.
fucking his security guard
Glad
would just
you're
come
talking
up there
about
and
this.
go,
I didn't drink the shit in earlier.
Oh.
You fucking bitch.
For those of y'all who are just listening, Frank poured a glass of orange juice worth of Ciroc into a cup, and he's handing it to me for peer pressure, and I'm accepting it.
Put that shit on the floor.
all right, so
That's a good
we off that, right? So
Yeah.
we did like 20 minutes of that. Okay.
I don't want to pour it into this water bottle. It's alcohol. We'll live. Were you gonna drink it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, done.
Yeah.
So should we talk about the strippers or Gayle and King?
The strippers.
I mean Gayle and Okra.
what's the story with the strippers?
Let's do the
We-
story with the
We need
strippers.
some levity.
Okay.
Right now.
So this past last week there was the Stripper Bowl, which is a second annual thing with Quality Control, QC.
Shit.
And they basically throw it during Super Bowl weekend. It's a great opportunity for strippers to come down and basically be a part of, the festivities. Make it upwards of $1 million.
Wow.
I shake some ass for me. No,
So there was a couple of things that had to be put in place first. There was they had to pay $350 to actually perform.
Okay.
I didn't know that was a strippers thing. That's what's
It's
called
like a house fee.
buy-in. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Is it
there.
buy-in?
Yeah,
Like it's a
it-
poker table.
No, but that's
Even
what
when
it's
they
called.
go to regular, even when they work at the actual strip club.
Yeah, if it's not their home strip club, it's they go anywhere to. I know that sounds
Sounds
crazy,
good.
but
It's like a guest church.
yeah, they have to pay
Jesus.
the fee. So they had to pay $350. They had to find their own way to get to Miami, which is why we're gonna get into it. It's funny, and they had to sign a contract, and on the contract it basically said that they can't pick up any money off the floor.
What?
Yeah, they
That's
can't.
the point of stripping.
No.
It's the
But this
job
is
description.
the club's rules. They can't pick up any money off the floor. They had to not get naked, so they were basically go-go dancers and not actual strippers per se. And the count out would be done at the end of the night. So
So they were escorts, giving advertisements on the stage.
that's a good way of placing it, yeah, because they were getting naked.
Yeah.
They couldn't pick up any other money.
They had to get their money on the
How
back
much?
end.
How much did they collect?
So after everything, after the night, they ended up each with $1,000.
That's not.
How many strippers were there?
It was upwards about like 50 strippers.
And they only make $1,000 each.
Yeah. After the splits, yeah, everybody has to get
From the stripping.
paid.
You gotta think about the back end.
No, that was it. Ain't no back end.
Hold on.
It's Miami, dog. It's always the back end.
They paid
They're back
$350
in.
I'm saying.
to get there. I mean, they paid $350 to be there. They had to pay their own
To
way to
travel.
get there.
Right.
Motherfuckers easily spent half that. It ain't worth it.
Why
It's
you
not.
trying?
It's not. And that's what a lot
not
of
for that number, niggas.
They'd have figured it out after it was
Bitch, your
over.
magic till you make that shit.
and a lot of strippers was very upset about it because
As
the
they should
payout
be.
was only 1,000, and it was
How much money was collected?
upwards of $1 million.
That's my point.
But after the club gets their cut, they had to pay.
Quality.
The quality was throwing the money. They didn't have to pay that. It was a partnership, so it was just bad business. I would say strippers, y'all really need a fucking manager
Stripper
or
union.
a
Y'all need a
union.
union. Yeah, a union strippers.
Because shit me. If you pay me $350, I gotta get there.
So
and-
did
and go
they,
back.
they didn't know how much they were getting paid before they came.
no,
no, but
it's-
you automatically assume it's
yeah,
gonna be
it's gonna be a
payout.
it's gonna be a lot of money.
And they
But
also, I'm guessing they didn't know that they couldn't pick money up off the floor.
They knew
no,
that.
that was part of the
They
contract.
knew the terms before they paid.
So
before they
Well,
went
it would be
to the
reasonable to
contracts?
assume.
There was a
you can't-
contract that the club sent out.
That didn't have how much they were getting paid on it.
No, because it's just based on how much money is collected. And then
When you go into work as a stripper, you don't know how much you get paid then, right?
Yeah, because they get tips. But if you're not getting tips and I can't pick money off on the floor,
I
that's what it
understand.
means.
I understand
You're
what
still
you're
getting
saying.
Get decent pay.
But
you're still getting tips, but you're not getting any of the money that's on the
I don't
floor.
give a fuck what that shit is.
Oh, so they can accept personal, like someone walks up and hands it to them. They
Yeah.
just can't pick it up. Okay, I get that.
I guarantee.
There was a lot of money, and there was a video that went viral because there was a guy who went down to Miami and he stacked up on some money because he was basically in there, not he wasn't throwing nothing, he was just there, and there was so much money on the ground. I'm trying to find a picture.
I imagine he throws it on
So
the
they
ground.
were
They're like, yo, pick it up.
This
and
random
hand it to me.
dude picked shit up, but they couldn't pick it up.
They probably
Basically.
what paying.
I'd have made out.
Paying attention to them
I'd have made
on
out
the
if I was
stage.
there.
And then there was actually one stripper who tried to finesse it. She had a Coach bag full of ones, and they stopped her and grabbed the bag. It was just full of ones. Like I don't know how much one, because ones is a lot to, but it was so much in just that it was like a big ass duffel bag worth of shit.
It's a shame that they
So-
were told that they can't pick money up off the floor, but the people who were throwing money thinking that they're paying the strippers by
Yeah.
throwing it on the floor
Mhm.
weren't informed that they're not actually going to receive that money.
Well, if you go to a strip club, you're not supposed to pick the money up, but
Why? What?
as if me and you went to a strip club, if all four of us went to a strip club, we can't pick the money up.
Yeah,
no,
we're
we're saying that,
patrons.
like, the people who were throwing money were
Yeah.
thinking that these girls are going to pick it up later.
No,
They didn't know?
that's just part of the image. That's just their thing.
Right, but it's a shame that they probably were throwing money thinking, like,
Oh,
these
she's
girls are
gonna
going to
get
get
paid,
it.
yeah.
She's going to get paid for me throwing this,
Yeah.
but they don't actually know that they're not going to be able to pick that up. So, like, they're giving them a tip by throwing it, and then
From
It just goes straight to the
what
house.
was
Yeah.
from what was explained, it was QC had a partnership with the club. The club is who sent the contract out. QC was just there to provide the money and the stripper bowl title, whatever. And according to Cardi B, they threw upwards of $1 million, but she was saying that some strippers wasn't dancing, some strippers were, and it shouldn't be a flat out fee of everybody gets 1,000 because some were actually working and some weren't.
That's a shame. It is a good idea for a union, though. That sounds like an interesting idea.
It's a good idea for the stripper bowl. I like the idea.
Y'all should put that union together.
That's a tough union.
I'm not a businessman at all.
That is a
I am
tough
a
union to
businessman.
put together.
Oh, so you got my trail.
That
I
is a
get
tough
high on
union.
my own supply.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, move on.
What does that mean?
Gayle King.
Stroking.
All right, Gayle King
We're
and
talking about
Okra.
golf. Gayle King and
Hold on, I
Okra.
got another thing. Did
Oh.
y'all see Javante Davis? He snatched up his baby mama.
That's fucked up. It's not funny.
I think I saw
Javante Davis is a boxer. He's really good at boxing, actually.
Is he, what weight class is he in? Do you know?
I couldn't even tell you.
Is he like a heavyweight?
I know he's
Nah,
like
he wasn't a huge dude.
but he basically
He was,
snatched.
what?
He snatched his baby mama.
He need his ass beat.
Because
he's a
he-
boxer, you gotta pick the right person.
I mean,
Shoot
I'm
him.
just trying to find the.
Hey, get your ass beat. Let's get your ass removed from life.
You don't die just because you get shot.
You saw the video,
Not the way
Frank?
that shit
You gonna die.
You saw the video, Montreal. You saw the video?
I saw. I think I did.
I've never seen it.
They removed that nigga out.
Are we gonna get like a reaction take? You're gonna show it to me?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Though.
Okay. So I'm the only person who hasn't seen it?
Yeah.
Means I'm responsible for giving a good reaction for your podcast.
No, you're not.
Oh shit!
No, you're not responsible at all.
Oh, this is in public.
Yeah.
Oh no. He yoked her ass up.
Do we know what the reason was though? Like,
Oh my god.
what was he upset about? I can't remember.
Well, she was
Baby,
she was there,
peppermints. I told you I didn't have
She
no
was
fucking
there.
peppermints.
and I guess she wasn't supposed to be there. I don't know. A lot of people
Wait,
came out.
dating?
Well, that's his baby mom.
That was
still have it up.
No, he has a girlfriend.
You still have it up?
No,
Okay. I didn't imagine it would be in public in front of people.
What do you think?
Doesn't fucking matter. He hit them up.
I know.
He didn't hit her. Don't do that. He yoked her.
I know, but
He put his
still.
hands on her aggressively.
You know, like something like
Very
elevator or something, or like at the house with cameras on or something. People act differently. It's still wrong, but people act differently in private.
What are you
than they do in
doing?
public.
Huh? Leave the lights.
What are you
Leave the
doing?
lights.
No, I'm saying at the house on the camera.
Ike, can you relax?
At the house.
Ike.
At the house.
All right. But of course, the reason he did it.
The first time you explained it, I didn't realize that you did the fucking elbow drop on the table.
Retarded.
Yeah, I can't believe he did that in public. He had to be.
So yeah, of course he did that in a public place. So immediately the first thought people said was, "Well, what's going on behind closed doors and shit?" So then he did get arrested.
If y'all don't hear that swift elbow to the
Dead.
fucking oak wood on this table.
He ended up
Probably
getting
hurt.
arrested for it.
Wasn't that like a restraining order place?
Yeah, he now has a restraining order that he has to stay away from his baby mother, which it's kind of fucked up
That shit
for the
gonna be
kids.
What was the event that he was at? Was it another boxing match?
I think it was another boxing fight there.
Oh.
And she can't go, nigga.
No,
You said that shit like he with it.
no, you can't go.
Why?
So I'm guessing.
Because he said so.
Do you see the nigga the way he yoked her up?
Yeah, I don't know if you knew the details. So he was there and she just showed up. Like
She
hey,
was
you're-
there with Floyd Mayweather's baby mother.
Yeah, so she wasn't even another nigga. He tripping.
So the baby mothers of boxers have a union, but these strippers don't.
Yeah, because he got arrested pretty quick, so that union does work.
As
for
he
him, I
should
guess.
have.
Didn't he put out some like half-ass apology?
He don't follow. Who cares? If it's half-ass, who cares?
I heard apologizing like Terry Crews and shit.
Oh fuck.
Is it bad to wonder, like, what she could have said?
What? In the moment?
Yeah, like I wonder what
Sorry,
made
I heard
him.
apologizing like Gayle King.
Like in these moments like this, when there's domestic violence, you always.
But I seen
I
that.
always wonder what verbally happened to start that altercation.
I seen that yoke before. That yoke is what the fuck are you doing here? That's that yoke. That type of yoke.
That was
right there,
on site.
That was a what the fuck are you doing here, yoke?
Would you do that?
Would I?
So it started after like. they
I don't
already-
feel like. Hold on.
Let's not
I would,
incriminate
I
anybody.
would never
on this
yoke
podcast.
up anybody.
All right.
Why are you familiar with what it looks like though?
Because I've seen that before.
How?
Visually, what are you talking
You
about?
weren't, you weren't responsible for doing.
No, I
You didn't get a POV of that.
No, I never yoked anybody ever. I'll pinch the fuck out you though.
Pinch.
Excuse me. You fucking five.
So you put your thumb under your index finger and
Hey,
rip some skin off.
hey. You won't do it again.
Is there a pass? Oh, you pinched a bitch before?
Absolutely. You never
Okay,
pinched
I don't
somebody?
know what's on the schedule for this podcast. But can we
Why
make
we
this?
got-
when
You
next
never,
segment
you
for
never
this
pinched anybody?
one? No.
Okay, you ever outlined a female?
What?
Chalk outline?
Nah, like, bitch, like hands are, no. No, not choking.
Let's
You don't
not
put your
put
hand,
everybody on the back.
you don't put your hands
We
on
did
her.
it verbally.
You don't put your hands on her. But you just, bitch, I could.
So like you let her know what's
I
up.
could.
Mush the bitch.
See, I don't mush. I get mushed though. I have been mushed before.
No, I've never
Then
done
that led to a pinch. Bitch, don't do that.
I've had like a long pause, and that's just enough.
What does that mean?
Like someone, like if a
Threatening
woman
silence.
says something, yeah, threatening silence. Someone says something to you, and you're just like,
Oh no, that's
that's enough.
not enough.
That's enough.
That's some.
So a woman
That's
never.
fine.
Okay, a woman. I'm gonna ask y'all a question then. A woman never pushed y'all to a point where you thought about hitting a bitch.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've actually-
I'm just making sure I'm not the only one here. Huh?
I've hit a girl before, but
Whoa.
this is in middle school,
All right.
and she slapped me first, and then just out of instinct I slapped her back.
Now, I think I've said
That
this
was-
before on
that's
the
the only
show.
time I've ever
Now,
put a
I just
hand
want
on
to make
a
this
woman.
clear. I don't condone hitting women, but I'm not opposed to it.
When she cool breeze,
What did this turn into?
Because if a motherfucker, no, fuck that. If a bitch push you to that point,
Right.
and you fear for your life
You yoke her up.
or your well-being, no, you ain't yoking. You hitting this motherfucker.
Hitting.
Yeah,
Would you do it in public? If a woman hit you
Nah.
in public, would you hit her back?
it depends on the circumstance. More likely not.
So,
But
but you would do it in private.
no,
No.
stop. It
Stop.
all depends on the circumstance.
Just
Okay.
couldn't be-
What's the circumstance in which
can't
you would
like,
hit
I'm
her
just
back?
getting fucking beat, and
Yeah,
then
that's
she won't stop.
Cut this shit.
Can we get out of this hole?
She just get it. She's like hitting me, and like I'm like
Yeah,
stop.
hold on, let me ask you a
I have
question.
skill
You're
of making
digging.
him dig his own grave.
Have-
Who digging?
You.
She hit me. Stop, and she keep hitting.
All right.
Right, but
Have
if
you
it was
ever
in public,
been-
you would never hit her back.
If I'm getting hit and she won't stop, I don't give a fuck where we at.
This is public or private. You'll hit her
Both.
back. You'll hit her
You
back.
drunk?
No.
So
Stop.
So you won't
Stop.
We can get somewhere with this.
God.
So you wouldn't restrain her. You would just hit her back.
I'd imagine I've tried to restrain at this point.
You
What
imagine.
woman?
Maybe she's stronger than me.
She's stronger than you.
Maybe. Layla
So
Ali,
if
bitch,
she's
I don't
stronger than you, what do you think hitting her back is gonna do?
know. Yeah, you can get it,
Fuck
huh?
up.
If she's
What?
stronger than you, what do you think hitting her back is gonna do?
That's what. Yeah, that's a good point. She already beating your ass. Just accept your ass with him, brother.
The stronger means she can't. That means she eat hits because she's stronger.
Yours? If she's stronger than you?
Nigga, if you give it all your might, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, if you assess that she's stronger than you, clearly her hits hurt worse than yours.
All right, I'm going to say this. I talk myself to a hole I can't get out of.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted to know
I ain't
if
gonna
any
hit
of y'all
nobody.
have
This is
any
Frank's
of
last
y'all.
appearance on the Joy Podcast.
All right, I want to stop it now. So have any of y'all been spit on
Spin on
Fuck.
you?
Fuck no. I swear
by
to
female?
God, no.
by a female?
Nigga,
On my face?
Just a spat at.
I've been spit on, but it's
alright,
Oh.
we get it.
No, okay.
We get it.
The sexual stuff. I'm gonna let you look.
okay.
Because that's your bag. Get in your bag. I'm
No,
talking
no,
about just
fuck that
anger.
shit.
I'm talking about just women anger.
No,
No.
bitch, spit on me.
Yes, I have been. I
She
forgot
spat
about
at you?
this. Yes, this was in high school.
Excuse
But
me.
we I think we liked each other. It was kind of
What?
she spit on my chest.
That's the ultimate.
That's
It
the
was like
ultimate
on the bus
disrespect.
stop.
Did you feel disrespected?
She said that she was going to, and I called her bluff, and then she did it, so I couldn't really be mad because I just didn't think she would do it.
That's how a bitch get uppercutted for real. I'll never forget all of it.
Man, fuck
Spit on
all.
my chest.
I ain't with it. I better be able to walk away. Like, we can't be on like the school bus.
She's bad as fuck though.
I don't give a fuck.
Fuck if she was Angelina Jolie.
I was just
It's
happy.
not
To
a
have,
bad.
Shit about you.
I was happy to have her DNA on my.
Okay,
person.
you him.
You could have just fucked. Like you didn't have to get a spit on.
I could
She
have.
could spit on something else.
Right.
That's you remember what my first answer
Yeah.
was?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but like,
Was it the same bitch?
No.
That you, okay, then no.
I just learned my lesson.
so you
I like
never
this.
even. You never even.
Woman.
Oh, yeah. Bitch. Bitch, spit on me. That's a bitch.
Jesus Christ.
I don't give a fuck. That's a bitch.
All right.
Let's move on.
You want to dig yourself
Oh, he's
another
not gonna use this
hole?
word a lot.
She spit on me.
Have you ever been spit on?
Not like that.
Not aggressive.
So how do you know how you would react if it's never happened?
Oh, I know.
Nigga, I don't want to be spit on by no fucking body. I wouldn't spit on anybody.
Sorry for everyone.
I
here.
expect the
Yoke
same
mic
shit
up like
that-
that fucking Davis guy did to his baby.
No, that shit is that's disrespectful as fuck, and you deserve to get your ass beat.
So what else is disrespectful? Disrespecting the dead. Go ahead, Corey.
I like that.
Oh, all right. Yeah, good transition. Shit. So,
Shut up. He would go on and on and on.
Gayle King.
Mhm.
This is a tough one because she's a black woman. I defend black women, but I can't do it this time.
You
Hold
gonna
on.
call her a bitch?
So
Oh yeah, this bitch is wild. This bitch is wild.
I'm not. All right. So
Wait,
let me set it up.
wait.
Let me set it up.
So Gayle King, there was a snippet of an interview with her and Lisa Leslie. As you know, or if you don't know, Gayle King is CBS's lead anchor as far as interviews. She did a great one with Robert. I think we all can agree with that, right?
That was beautiful.
Beautiful interview with Robert. She has beautiful interviews for sure. And the snippet came out where she asked, well, no, I'm gonna play the snippet. I'm not even gonna fucking respond to this shit because
I got mixed feelings about this shit.
But yeah.
dismissed. This is Lisa. This is where she lost me because she asked this question to her. Oh, I'm sorry. Should replay. But
All right.
Can I
This is-
before you guys go, I want to say to anyone who's an audio engineer, it's very evident that Lisa, what's her name?
Leslie.
Lisa Leslie. Her responses are very chopped up. There's definitely much more that she had to say. After the very first sentence, she said, "It's not complicated for me at all." Right after that, there was an immediate cut, and then she started talking about like if we were out or something like that. She probably expounded on that for several minutes, and they cut her response and chopped it down to the parts.
And I want you to keep that because after this clip then came out, of course, this was talking about the alleged rape case that Kobe Bryant was basically in back in 2003 in Colorado, where the case was dismissed. The young lady did not go through with the charges, and then it came out that she found like 9 other dudes' DNA inside of her.
She was a whore.
Okay.
Jeez.
Fuck that bitch.
She was on the clock.
All right, so let's keep moving forward. So,
Moving forward. Fuck that.
Gayle King received a lot of backlash because
I mean, that's an appropriate term.
Hashtag backlash.
so a lot of black people came together and basically was like, "Not this is too soon." Basically, only a week removed from Kobe's passing and all that. They didn't like that. So a lot of
Snoop
death
went
threats.
the fuck in.
Snoop Dogg was one of the ones who I didn't see that coming, but he had the hair tie on, so I kind of believed he was.
But Snoop been a huge Kobe Lakers fan forever.
No, that's like his
that's-
brother.
He is
Yeah,
That's
I
like
mean
his
that's
brother.
where he from. I get it, but like you said, he had the fucking car. You remember that car? Back
That's
in the
like
day?
Snoop. He said that's like his family. That's part of his
Yeah.
family.
My first initial reaction to this is that, well, I heard the full interview first.
Okay.
I didn't know that there was a snippet of just that conversation.
Yeah, so
I
the
watched,
snippet
like,
came out because CBS was promoting the
Right.
interview, basically. Just like how basically content do. So after all the backlash, Gayle King came out and basically addressed it. She said that the clip that went out wasn't the clip. She said when she saw it, how we saw it, she can understand how we are upset, and that wasn't intended. It was a CBS thing where they put out that clip. So she basically tried to
They're gonna have an intense
Neglect.
conversation about it.
right. So she basically neglected the clip. She didn't apologize for the clip.
She shouldn't.
She didn't apologize for anything like that. But she stated, once the full interview came out, we should see what it was. And a lot of things has been happening since Okra has talked about it. She's saying that Gayle is basically not well with all the death threats, and she's feeling bad.
Yeah, that
because,
shit's unacceptable. Like that's too far.
That's
Because
the internet.
Is
Though.
that-
You're always gonna
yeah,
get
no,
death
death
threats.
threats. Come
Is
on,
it?
bro. That's
Yeah,
too far.
always gonna get
So
death
before we
threats.
get into that shit,
Well-
you mentioned that they chopped it. You watched the entire interview.
Mhm.
Was there anything missing that we need to know? 'Cause I haven't seen the full
I
interview.
do not remember if in the full interview that segment was chopped. When I listened to the full interview, it's anytime you watch an interview between two people, you can always tell where there's like a hard cut where they obviously had more to say, but they chopped it down.
Right.
In the full interview, obviously there was more subjects that they talked about, but that particular segment, I think it may have been exactly the same as that snippet was.
But it didn't stand out to you the way it does in the snippet.
No, because it was contextualized amongst the broad range of
Which is-
And she did state
Which-
that.
that's
She
one of
stated
her
that
points.
the entire interview actually covered Kobe's entire life. And once again, I haven't seen the full interview,
Me either.
so I'm not going to say that it did. But if you have,
Yeah, but
If
watching the full interview, the part where she said that you wouldn't see it, but you wouldn't see it though, that's still
Yeah.
within the whole interview. That still stood out to me as like, I don't know why you're trying to go
so
here with it.
let me get your initial reaction to it, Frank.
Well, I got mixed. At first, I was like, it's too soon. We shouldn't be talking about it.
Okay.
I feel like there's like 16, 17 years in between where this could have been addressed. You could have talked to him directly.
Mhm.
You could have talked about this shit.
Mhm.
And I don't know
We don't know that
if y'all know, but I haven't seen shit about that since then.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying that because it was dismissed or because she dropped the charge or whatever the fuck happened. I'm not saying that nothing happened because of that. That's not what that means because we know OJ did it. But
No, we don't.
yeah, we do.
Yes, we do.
Yes, the fuck we do.
No, we don't.
Just because the glove don't fit,
Two
don't
separate
mean-
things.
Yeah,
man.
let's-
Stay on track.
We
But
all
anyway-
strongly feel that we
Stay on track.
did, but we don't know.
But I feel like she's a journalist. She did her job. But I feel like if she didn't authorize that clip to be put out, which I guess she don't have to authorize it, but she probably wouldn't have wanted that to be the one that they put out.
Yeah.
And them doing that is fucked up on CBS part.
Yes, it is.
It's because it shouldn't have been focused like that.
It's fucked up
So-
because the only reason they did it is because they knew that would be the most controversial one, and that would
That would
create
get
the
the
most
most
views,
attention, right?
get the most
I get
money.
that.
I'm not mad at her for asking the question. That's her job.
I'm at her follow up.
That's her job. To ask the question though and then follow it up with, but you wouldn't see it.
Yeah.
You
She
knew
didn't care
that.
about the answer.
You knew that going into the conversation. We should have just eliminated that part.
We do have
I'm not shooting
a
our bail on that. Nope.
we do have a fault of once we see interviews and stuff like that. I don't know. I watch interviews of actors and celebrities all the time.
Mhm.
We have the idea in our minds that when we watch a conversation online or we watch a video of a conversation that people are having, we assume that everyone has all this contextual information. Like Gayle had like minutes and hours of time to think about what her response was going to be to this thing that she said. And
No,
we really,
That's
really don't.
a fair point, but
I'm
you
not
know,
As the interviewer,
I'm
she
not
had
rolling.
that time.
Yeah.
I'm not rolling.
She
yeah,
didn't know this.
no,
Because
she
Gayle
shouldn't have
was
said that.
No.
That one line fucks it up for me.
She didn't know.
I'm
that,
not mad at the question.
She didn't
I'm
know that
mad
Leslie
with
was going to
you wouldn't
bring
see
up
it.
the club.
You wouldn't see it though,
Yeah, but she,
because you're his friend. You wouldn't see it.
it's a dumb thing to say. But
Montreal,
we
how do
don't.
you-
She
how do you-
didn't
She's a
have.
fucking
She
professional.
didn't. She didn't write
Hold on,
down
hold on.
that response when she was
Montreal.
going to talk to her about it.
Tell me how you before I go.
Okay, so, well, first and foremost, I think you're not going to be able to stop people from talking about this. Like, it's part of his legacy, and it's gonna be hard for some people to ignore. My main issue with this, and it's like kind of wrapped up in something else that's going on, is that believing women who claim to be victims is important. However, especially now in internet culture, the next step is taken is that we don't believe men. And that's what happened to Johnny.
Yeah, I went to this message thread to see if Johnny Depp was on the topic of discussion for this week.
And we can talk about him.
But like Johnny, fuck her.
We-
She ruined his.
We'll get to that.
But
we
I'm
gotta
just
get to
like
that.
using it to then like nobody believed Johnny Depp until the video, well, the audio recordings came out.
Anyone want to set this
But
up?
he was
to
saying
talk
he was a
about
victim for years.
We're gonna get to it once we after
But
this.
because he's a man, he wasn't given the same benefit of the doubt that the woman was given.
That's how it works, unfortunately.
People don't want to.
That's
Some people
sensible.
don't want to believe Kobe that he didn't do it, and that
So
But that part is complicated. We ain't gonna talk about that, but
this okay. My initial reaction to all of this shit was she didn't have that. She has more proof than that. She's the top fucking reporter at CBS. She has enough. She knows exactly what is going on that paper. She knows what she's gonna ask. This was something that she was gonna ask. So I don't believe that she did know. As far as her responses and stuff, those are during the moment.
I don't feel like.
But
she
her
should
bringing this
apologize.
up is she had a plan to do so,
Right.
regardless of where it was going.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not the issue.
No,
Not for me.
That's also a problem because there was an official backlash. I told you about the guy Ari Shafir last week.
Oh, I was just about to ask you about that again.
So he said this thing about Kobe, and he so far has been dropped from his agency, canceled comedy
It's
shows
so fucked up.
because of what he did.
Right. Do y'all know about this, Art Shaker?
I listened to the
Well-
podcast last week. But I don't
I
really
don't remember.
Go ahead.
So yeah, there was a video the day that Kobe passed. This guy uploaded.
Who I said I was going to beat his ass if I see.
Yeah, to
I remember
Twitter,
that part.
to Twitter and Instagram, I think, and he had this video the day that Kobe passed, and he was like, "A good thing happened today. It's a good day today." I'm paraphrasing. A rapist died today. And
Yeah,
he was like-
that's
yeah, and he was talking about Kobe. My girlfriend told me about this video, but she didn't say who it was, and I was like, "Damn, that sucks." And I didn't actually see the video until like a week later, and I saw that it was Ari Shafir. I don't know if you guys know who Ari Shafir is, but he's a absurdist comedian. He most likely didn't mean that shit. His whole shtick is to make videos that are like to get people stirred up on Twitter and shit like that. So when I realized it was him, I was like, damn, that's fucked up for anyone to say. Then I realized it was him, and I was like, oh no, this is the worst thing that you, like, he went too far with this one. But I know that that's like his content, and that's not what he
so
actually
he's staying true to what you do. He's consistent.
he was
Well,
like,
he wasn't though.
it was
He's
so
not.
He
bad.
wasn't because once he got all the backlash blacklash, excuse me, I'm coining that by the way.
Go for it.
All the backlash came with that shit, and he issued an apology.
Mhm.
With all his other stuff, he don't do that.
He does.
No, but it's Kobe though, and it was too soon.
No. I'm saying for the situation, I know who Ari Shafir is. I know that's his he sensationalizes just the fuck shit that's going on.
Mhm.
But when all this shit started to happen, he lost his agency, shit started getting canceled.
Yeah.
Here comes an apology.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
Yeah, no, when your agents call you, you're like, hey, dog, if you want me to stay your agent and you want to keep making money, I
Has
better
anyone
say these
seen
words.
D.L. Hughley's response to like her apology and all this bullshit?
No.
Or is it just me?
To Gayle's apology?
Yeah. So he was basically
Which is
saying
bullshit, by the way. Okay.
he was basically saying that he understands her job as a journalist, and he stood behind Lisa Leslie because she stood her ground. She did her best to defend that shit and move on. He said he's not mad about the question. He said he's mad that it's not happening to everybody. And he went in about Harvey Weinstein.
Well,
and all
that is a
shit.
whole separate thing that happened after.
No,
I'm
because-
asking that question about Harvey Weinstein.
Everybody's asking that damn question.
No,
We're-
but they're not fucking.
Let's
Yes,
get to
they
it.
are.
Let's get to
They're
the
not.
shit.
They're not.
No. Let's get
Oprah
to
and
the
Gayle
shit.
are not grilling them.
The
like
reason
fucking
why
grilling this shit.
then Gayle received even more hate is because her and Oprah, who she's Oprah's best friend, her and Oprah been on this fuck shit lately.
Y'all know I love Oprah.
Fuck Oprah.
That's
Her and
my
Oprah been on
girl.
this fuck shit lately.
I
don't know what's going on,
existed for like
but
the last 2 years.
They're not getting no pass for me. For some reason, we put these icons up there because Oprah is Oprah. We praise Oprah. We let her get away with fuck shit. No, fuck that.
What is the fuck shit?
She is constantly being a part of something tearing down black men.
Right.
She is not keeping that same energy with any white man in Hollywood
Right.
who's doing the same exact fuck
Right.
shit.
That's
They
what
keep
DL
going
was
at
talking about.
They keep going at Harvey Weinstein, but Weinstein isn't the only fucking one. You can go after Matt Lauer. You can go after fucking the guy off of Entourage. You can go after all those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
She's not doing it. She keeps going after black men.
Yeah.
It would only make sense that Oprah would be more prevalent on black topics, though.
No, the
No,
fuck it
fucking
doesn't.
doesn't.
Bitch,
No,
she been
you're
around.
No, it
Oprah
doesn't.
Winfrey?
Gay? No, it doesn't.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, it doesn't.
Get the fuck
The
out.
type
No.
of money that
Shit,
Oprah makes
I would
does
imagine-
not put her in the fucking same
Bitch,
room
She's
as.
still a human being.
Fuck
I'm
that.
imagine black topics.
No,
hitting
no,
her- hitting
No,
her-
Fuck that.
black topics,
Fuck
you not
that.
hear her
Fuck
differently.
that.
Fuck
Fuck
that.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are
Fuck
you
it.
sure?
No,
There's no
because
fucking
if
way.
you can sit here and then put your name as Oprah on something that you're gonna interview you're interviewing fucking people who are part of the Michael Jackson case. Michael Jackson isn't here to defend himself. You're doing the same shit with
Yeah.
Russell
Does
Simmons.
Oprah still have a show where she talks?
No,
She don't have the daily talk show anymore, but she still does interviews.
Okay. Are we sure that she's not talking about these things, or that the black topics are the ones that blow up online because that's?
I'm 1000% sure to this moment right now, there's nothing that Oprah has that is a part of anything attacking any other people of the Me Too movement. She's only attacking black men.
So when the Harvey Weinstein thing
She hasn't
came out,
attacked him.
You were sure
She hasn't
that
attacked him.
she never
No,
spoke about
when
it.
the Harvey Weinstein shit came out, she actually said that no, we shouldn't only just focus on Harvey. We should focus on everybody.
Yeah.
She
She
fucking
tweeted that
deflected the fact that Harvey Weinstein is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But she's going after people like
She
Michael
was
Jackson
like,
and Russell
we
Simmons.
shouldn't
Fuck
talk
that.
about him because we're making it about him. We continue talking about. We're not making it about his victims.
Fuck all that.
I mean, on its face, I do agree with that point.
No,
Yeah,
and then
but
you're out
she's
here
not
and
not
you're
doing
hung
that
up.
with the
I don't
other
know-
shit.
I don't know shit about Oprah for the past like 4 years. The last thing I remember about Oprah is when she
But-
lost a bunch of weight. Like
That's
10
cool,
years
but the
ago.
point is, they're not. She didn't. Her and even Gayle are not saying that same shit about with this Kobe shit.
Yeah, but
They're
how
not.
many-
They're not saying let's not talk about this because it's not about the victim.
How many
They're not
CBS
saying that.
interviews have you watched of Gayle King before this today?
She did the R. Kelly one.
She did the R. Kelly one.
Okay.
Which was also tearing down a black man if we want to go
Right.
to that point.
But
But
those
we
are-
all agreed.
R.
We
Kelly was
all
tore
agreed
up,
that he
though.
was
Those
fucked
are the
up.
ones that go viral, though. She probably does interview someone every fucking
If
day.
Gayle King's in the interview, it's gonna go viral. But she's not talking.
How many more interviews do you know about her?
Bro.
She can't have only done one interview in the past
No.
3 years.
She
I get
has
your
a lot
point.
more.
But
She has a lot more.
No one watches
no,
those.
that's a good point. Go watch them, and she won't be tearing them down. I can guarantee you that shit.
But the only reason she's interviewing these people is because social media hyped them the fuck up.
No, the
No.
only reason she's interviewing
Because
Lisa
they went
Leslie.
viral.
You
That's
think if
bullshit.
Kobe Bryant wasn't famous, she would be interviewing if someone died in a helicopter crash, you think that she would be interviewing some random friend?
We know why she interviews.
It's Kobe Bryant.
We know why
Right.
she interviews.
And having
but
a-
It's
she's not.
R. Kelly.
It's not the same.
That's just
The
bullshit.
reason that
It
those
still
people,
needs to be the same because she herself, the type of journalist she is, and with what she is,
The energy is not kept.
she's not. She should keep the same energy. She is the one. You know, how people wanted back in the day. It was an honor to be fucking interviewed by Oprah. People don't only give interviews to Oprah.
Mhm.
When you have that, it's about you at that point. So when you have that kind of fucking stature in that business,
Mhm.
You can do what the fuck you want to do.
Would you?
And if you're doing that, you should be consistent across
Would
the
you
board.
agree?
They're not.
Would you agree that the subjects that people like Gayle King or popular journalists get interviewed or do subjects about is heavily influenced by what becomes popular online?
No.
No.
Because the only reason it gets popular online is because you say something in the interview that triggers people to
Right,
make it
like
popular.
that.
It's not that she's doing it to be popular. It's she's doing it
She
saying
don't have
fuck
to do that
shit
shit to be
and
popular.
then becoming popular.
No, I'm not.
Anderson Cooper should have did that.
To be clear, I'm not saying that she said the things that she said to be popular. I'm saying that the reason why she's talking to Lisa Leslie in an interview that goes viral is
She's
because it's
talking to Lisa
regarding a
Leslie
subject
because
that's
it's a
the
good
most
friend of
popular
Kobe's.
subject.
That's a good friend of Kobe's.
Kobe Bryant's death is probably what took over.
But Kobe
the internet.
Bryant was here. He was here the whole fucking time.
That's
right.
Don't
But-
sit here and, no.
But it wasn't a part of
I
public
get-
discourse.
I get
to
what
talk
you're
about
saying.
That
No.
before
I
he
get
died.
what you're saying, right? And I somewhat kind of agree with what you're saying. But what I'm telling to you is, when Kobe Bryant was here, from 2003 on, you had a chance to interview the man.
Well,
If
now
you
to be
hadn't-
fair, he could have turned down those interviews.
There's no recollection that
But
shows
this-
that Gayle King reached out to Kobe
this
Bryant.
wasn't
for
in
the
her
same
Oh no,
time.
I get that.
This wasn't in her mind. Like, it wasn't until Kobe died that we started thinking about, oh man,
Okay.
all the stuff about.
So Kobe's now passed away.
Mhm.
We're talking to his close friend.
Mhm.
What the fuck does his close friend have to do with a case that she was not a part of?
I think that the only reason that she may have brought it up, I don't think that she had some like hellacious undertone reason for why she brought it up. I think that she probably is frequent online, as all journalists are. They need to look at online and see what's popular, to see what they're going to talk about in their next whatever. I think she may have seen online that people were talking about the rape allegations and stuff like that. And then during the course of her interview with Lisa, she was like,
Even
I
if
gotta
you're
bring this
even
shit
if you're
up.
doing
But
that,
even, no,
but
wait,
fuck-
wait.
One more.
Even if she did,
The word
even if
chose
she
was
did,
terrible.
even if she did, you can see what Ari Shaffir did. He did that day of.
He's an anomaly.
Okay, he did that day of, but you saw what it was.
Mhm.
Anybody who's came up, those white feminist blogs that I brought up last week, they was getting attacked.
Yeah.
Gayle King, as a black woman, should have enough coof, and especially the top fucking interviewer for CBS,
Mhm.
should have enough coof, understanding, and responsibility to be like, we shouldn't talk about this.
You can't expect everyone to be 100% on their game in the moment.
What?
That wasn't the moment.
No,
That wasn't the moment.
During the course of a conversation. I'm
Dude,
not-
dude, that was not in the
I
moment.
know.
She brought it up.
She brought
No.
it up, and right, and we agree that we
No.
have a problem with
That
her
was a-
question.
that was
We have
a
problem with
question-
her follow-up.
I mean,
Her follow-up, you can't
No,
expect everyone
I have a
to be-
problem with both.
Fuck the follow up. She shouldn't have talked about it.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, first of all,
There are enough people
hold on,
talking
I don't,
about it.
I don't agree with the
Talking
idea
about
that it's
it's-
too soon to talk about something.
it's
You
unavoidable.
can talk about anything.
It's absolutely
whatever you want.
I understand. It's unavoidable on the internet. It
Here's-
wasn't unavoidable in that interview.
Here's why you don't need to talk about it.
How many things
He
do you
didn't get
think were
fucking
cut?
accused.
How many things do you think were
You
cut
gotta
out of
keep-
that?
I'm not
video?
saying. I'm not
Well,
saying.
he didn't get
Found
convicted.
guilty.
I'm not.
He didn't even get anything happened. The charges got dropped.
I ain't saying
There's
we
nothing to
shouldn't-
talk about.
I ain't saying we should talk about.
Remember what I was
The
talking
charges
about?
got dropped. There's
Remember
nothing to talk about
Remember what I
anymore.
was talking
Yes,
about?
it's
Remember
always
why
something to
those
talk about.
charges got dropped is something to talk about.
What's the person who made the charges?
Being harassed by his team.
The person who made the charges decided not to go through with the charges. The charges are dropped. There's nothing to talk about.
Listen,
It's not an
legally,
ongoing
yes.
case.
Legally-
It wasn't like the case was still going and then he died. No, the case has already been dropped. It happened in 2003.
That's also true.
So,
Niggas-
Get the fuck out of here telling me that needed to be brought up.
so you don't have a problem when there people are remembering Kobe, remembering the shots that he shot and
Uh-huh.
the good things about him. You don't have a problem with them remembering the good things about him,
I don't.
but you do have a problem with them remembering the bad things about him.
No, you can bring up the case. In that shit, that what happened, it made him change his number. It made him go into a whole different thing. He started the whole mama mentality shit. But to bring up the case to say as it's still ongoing is wrong. Because there's nothing. The case has been dropped.
Like I
I think
said,
that-
I'm not mad about
If there
the
was a
question.
case,
I don't think it
case
should.
against you
Uh-huh.
that's dropped,
Yeah,
why would I constantly bring that up to you?
because I died and we're remembering my whole life.
But why would I remember something that didn't happen? You didn't get convicted. You didn't get convicted. You didn't get.
She wasn't bringing up that it happened. She was bringing up
It's
the
a,
allegations.
it's a part of
But
his
you
life.
brought it
You
up.
cannot deny
Right. Bringing it up
that
is
it's
a part of his
major
history.
part
But
of
it
his
did
history.
not. Okay, I guess in my
It
sense,
was a part
I
of
think. Correct.
I'm not saying it wasn't. It is part of what
I
his
think-
legacy and what it is, but
Well, like,
it did
to tie
not.
this into something that happened we talked about earlier. Like Trump cannot like go on to deny that he ever did anything wrong just because he wasn't found guilty.
If Trump dies tomorrow, is
We
that
still,
part of
nigga,
the
we
Stop.
talking about this. Shut the fuck up.
See what I'm saying?
Like Montreal.
Oh my
We
God.
talking about the impeachment. They gonna talk about this shit.
Okay, That's fine.
Yeah,
but
if
an
he dies-
impeachment happened. That happened. This
But
case.
it was
So
not
if
ruled
Trump dies
otherwise.
20 years from now, and someone's giving an interview about Trump's closest friend,
we
would you
had
have a
something.
problem with the interviewer bringing up the impeachment?
No. But that's on a
It's
different
a
level
major-
than a rape case that it did not go through.
I mean, Donald Trump has been accused of rape.
You're
Yeah.
a black, but you're okay. He's been accused, and we've all sat here and said he's done fuck shit, and people are still voting for him.
Because
Right?
he don't give a fuck.
Okay,
Yeah.
this person did not get any. Nothing happened.
Trump wasn't racist.
No. Something happened. Something happened.
Whether or not it's
Now
consensual-
I didn't want to talk about it, but something definitely happened.
I just want
He had
to know how
consensual
it is.
sex with this woman.
Did he?
Yes.
All right.
How do you know?
No.
When everything came out,
We
as far as everything that happened with the case,
Right. You use your judgment to discern that that's probably the case.
I just went off of everything that was presented to
And you
me.
use your judgment to
This-
discern that
okay.
that's probably the case.
I
You
think-
don't
Not my
know.
judgment because I'm not.
I ain't
Like I
think
said,
we-
I'm not a
I
lawyer.
didn't think we was gonna talk about that shit, but I can tell you briefly how I feel about that. Something happened. I believe it started consensual. I believe that at some point she wanted to stop, and I believe
I didn't know you were
What?
6'8".
I believe that didn't happen.
So okay, if she wanted to stop, why
If-
were there 9 dudes
If
DNA found inside her?
she still could have been uncomfortable in that moment.
Toby's number was
Just
8.
because she a hoe
Shut
don't mean
up.
she's comfortable all the time. Just because
She
she.
was like, now I got
I'm
black
not-
dudes
look,
gotta get up
listen.
to 24. I can't do all this shit.
Listen, it could have. There was a lot of potential there for shit to go wrong, and I think something went wrong. I think something prompted that. I don't think that he took it the same way she took it.
It's been a
And he
long
said
day.
as much.
That was part of the apology, and you know these apologies are constructed by the fucking lawyer and his team
I
for the
never
most.
heard his
For
apology.
the most part, you can go read it
He
online.
did an apology where his wife was there. He had to basically apologize.
All I know is
Yeah,
that she had the
yes, but
biggest rock on her finger.
it's not about. It's about what he said in the apology. He said he understood why she thought that it wasn't consensual, and that why he thought it was, and why she didn't think it was. That's what I'm
He
saying.
said
I
that?
think yes,
Yes.
and that's why I think something went wrong.
Yeah, we bringing that up in the Gale interview, dog.
Why we have to bring it back? It stops there.
No. We still shouldn't be bringing this shit up because
At all?
because we haven't talked about this shit in 17 years.
So?
Why are we talking about it now?
Because we're remembering his life. We ain't
No.
talking about
Like I
no
said,
game-winning
we-
shot that he hit. We
this-
probably didn't talk about that in years.
this
But
is
we
what
can
I'm
bring up
saying.
the game-winning shot.
This is
but
what
we
I'm
can't
saying.
bring up this
This is
thing.
what I'm saying. I agree with Montreal. The shit is unavoidable. But I don't think the question should have been asked. Because there was enough talk about it where Gayle didn't have to fucking talk about it in her interview. It's already been talked about. So for someone like Gayle to bring it up, I think was completely out of line. That's her job. I'm not mad about that
If your
part.
reason for
But I don't think she should. I think she should have made the decision to be like, we're not going to talk about it.
if your reason for not talking about it is because it's something that happened 17 years ago,
No.
our whole
History.
history is
My-
talked about every day.
my
It's
reason for
currently
not
Black
bringing
History
it up.
Month. We're going to not talk about Martin
That's
Luther King
another
because
fucking thing.
we're not going to talk about Martin Luther King because it
That's
happened more
another
than
thing.
17
You
years
hit
ago.
another
It's-
fucking nerve.
It's Black History Month.
Uh-huh.
You're a black woman.
Uh-huh.
You have enough. You're the top fucking
You think that all of this is swirling through her mind?
absolutely.
Look,
she
really?
came up with these
She's-
questions.
she's an interviewer.
She doesn't.
That came across her mind.
They didn't put the question. I didn't make the question
I mean,
for
I
her.
don't know why you trying to give her the benefit of the doubt in that aspect.
She
I'm
made
not
the
giving her
question.
the benefit of the
Yes,
doubt for
she's
asking
the
the
interviewer.
question. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt for the follow-up.
She's the interviewer.
She didn't know what Leslie's
She-
response
she's
was going
the
to be to the
interviewer.
question.
She should've talked
She
about
didn't think about
She's
it.
the no.
She should've talked
She
about it.
is the
Think we talked
interviewer.
about
There is enough talk about it. She don't have to talk about it.
She wasn't thinking about that when she asked the question.
Because people that are talking about it that are not
We're
Gayle
talking
King,
about it.
we're not Gayle King.
I'm saying we're talking about it. You think before you made this podcast, did you ever think that enough people are talking about this subject, so we're just not going to on this podcast? That's stupid.
that's
Why would you ever
semantics.
do that?
can't really-
Yeah, but I think it's less significant.
I think that's what it is. It is semantics because anybody who has an opinion about whether or not Kobe did it and whether or not we should be talking about it has already made a decision. They made that decision 17 years ago when the case got.
That's a fair point too. But either way, I respect her job and I understand it. I don't think she should have apologized for it.
Oprah and Gayle are
Because if
fucking-
you're gonna do it, you just fucking stand by it.
I will say
She can
it
apologize
being
for
Black
her
History
response.
Month isn't the reason I'm not bringing it up because according to Black History Month, according to some people, I should respect Ben Carson. I don't fucking respect Ben Carson.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying.
We had a conversation about that shit the other day.
Only thing I know about Ben Carson is that there was some
Fuck Ben
thing
Carson.
that they were coming up to, and he was just standing in the.
Ben Carson, an asshole.
He was just
He's
standing.
been an asshole long before this shit.
Waiting for his name.
I don't
to be
know if you want
called,
to talk about
he
that,
was.
but the motherfucker worked John Hopkins, right?
I don't care. We don't need to talk about Ben Carson. Ben Carson ain't important.
I just want to. I want to put a bow on this damn topic.
Yeah.
Because I think that Okra and Gayle are continuing building a case against themselves that they are not going after black. They are not going after their white counterparts like they are black
I
men.
mean, you can put Tyler Perry in there too,
For what?
Oh, shit about
because
that.
he don't portray black men well in his movies all the time.
He doesn't, and I agree with you. That's why I don't like Tyler Perry
What you
movies.
mean? Why would
However,
well, yeah,
I'm not gonna-
money, right?
I'm not gonna. I'm
Yeah,
not
fuck
gonna.
up.
I'm not
Tyler Perry
going
would
to.
do.
I'm not going to put Tyler Perry on that level because he has given opportunity for black people in general to speak up and do things. Oprah and Gayle are continuing to bury black men,
Okay, that's a fair point. Take
and
Tyler Perry.
I'm not.
Oprah loved Michael B. Jordan though.
What they got to do with anything?
He a black man.
She love talking about. Dog,
She loved
She
every.
loved Jamie Foxx.
I felt all right. So I'm gonna say this.
Jamie Foxx.
I felt the same way that you feeling right now. I felt the same way about when Michael Jackson died. People bringing that shit up.
He ain't black.
Chill.
I'm not doing this.
Chill.
I felt no. Creed. All I'm saying is I understand how you feel because I felt the same
I also
way
understand how you feel.
when
I
Mike
think Michael
died.
Jackson is a
Because there was-
white girl.
There was no fucking point to talk about that shit at that time. There's no point talking about it now, and they're still fucking talking about it. Like it makes sense.
Well,
to-
she's so hurt that she's.
You got Bill Cosby tweeting from the goddamn jail
Okay,
cell.
we can't
Come
sit
on,
here and
bro.
defend death threats.
Why can't I?
Yeah, we can.
No,
It's not the
Why can't I?
Why?
Everyone gets
When
death
black
threats on the
when
internet.
black people get
Did
upset,
she-
this is what happens. You get the extreme.
Black people won't get upset if Trump died.
No one is going
Because
to.
we're not gonna get
No.
upset at the white dude.
Anytime anyone does something
This
controversial
may
on
be
the
the
internet,
thing
they
that
go,
black
"Oh,
people
I
are
got
getting
death
upset
threats."
over, but people send death threats on Twitter and shit all the time. It's not okay.
People send
Like,
death
people
threats all
don't
the
need
time.
to die for shit they're saying unless they've done something
Ain't
heinous.
nobody
I like-
following through on
I
death
like
threats.
that all of the black people that I know and a lot of people that I know have come together and we are banding together. We're not allowing fuck shit like this to continue.
Okay,
to
that's
go on.
cool. The death threats don't need to be a part of that.
When everyone gets death
No,
threats
that-
when they do
that-
something controversial. That's just the.
That doesn't make it
That
okay.
does shit to
No one's
you.
gonna follow through
Does
on
like
that.
what?
You don't
know
fucking
that.
know that.
The statistics show that they're not gonna follow through on that. You know how many? Anytime someone
should
does
be
something,
What's the
as
number?
serious.
What's the
Anytime
percentage?
someone
What is it?
controversial-
99% don't happen.
Anytime
What about the
someone-
1%?
you want me to answer?
It's the potential.
You want me to answer? Anytime someone does something controversial, the first thing they say in their apology is, "I've been getting death
There's
threats."
always potential. That's the point.
I mean, like,
That's the
but
point
like
that we're
now
making.
you can
The
see,
potential to die.
like niggas.
The
No,
potential to
not
die
the
is
not,
always there.
no, not the potential to just fucking die.
Okay, so
The
maybe
potential
they
for
should,
someone to kill you for what the fuck
maybe
you said
they
is
should
always
not
there.
go. You should die. However, how else would you know I'm really serious?
Yeah, the
I
person.
really don't appreciate or agree with what you said. I think you should
That's
send an
good
apology
enough.
No one's gonna say that on Twitter.
because they don't know how to fucking act.
Right. Exactly. So if,
That-
someone was, if you think that your life is in
Death
danger
threats are
because
wrong.
someone
I don't
is
give a fuck what
writing-
I
situation.
do not want to see
Killing you.
Oprah or Gayle dead. If
Yeah.
that's what you're asking me.
And
But the
increase
threats, I
security.
do not give a
Oh,
fuck.
she has to walk with security now. Why the fuck did she have security before? Get the fuck out of here, bitch! I'm Gayle King.
Because she's Gayle King. That's why she walked with security before. Because she's Gayle King. Because she's Oprah Winfrey. That's why she didn't have as much. But now it's all heightened and shit. Because your own people are not fucking with you. Don't do dumb shit. And we gonna fucking we not gonna support fuck shit. Simple point blank. Period.
It's Kobe Bryant. It's
Yeah.
not the fuck you say.
What's not the same?
Them motherfuckers are upset about the bullshit that she said.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be the same. This shit could have been anybody else, and they brought that shit up. People would still be upset, but they wouldn't be this fucking.
If
upset.
I was,
they
Gayle
would not
King,
be this upset.
If I was Gayle King or anyone on her like security detail, I'd be like, hey,
If
you have
Gayle King died in a helicopter crash
if
2
you,
weeks
if
ago,
you have any obligations,
and we
in
brought
LA,
up some shit that she did 17 years ago, people would be upset. But people would not be sending death threats because we talked about what the fuck Gayle King did 17 years ago. It's fucking Kobe Bryant.
right?
That's the difference.
We
the
just
reason
want you
she's
to keep
talking
the
about it
same
is because it's
energy.
Kobe Bryant.
We put
Keep
these
the
people
same
on pedestals when they're alive. They're on the same pedestal when they die.
I
Keep
will
the
say,
same- or
if
hire one.
anyone's
Keep the same
on
energy.
advising Gayle, I would tell her if you have
Keep the
any
same
obligations in LA, cancel them.
Yeah.
Keep the same energy.
Don't
That's
Yeah.
all I'm
go.
saying.
Yeah,
Keep the same energy.
that's the whole point. That's the point that DLU was making.
Keep
when I
the
watched
same
this
energy.
morning.
He
It's
should
really
not
simple.
Be
feel
consistent,
unsafe
that's
to go somewhere.
It's
because of something you said.
it's really simple. Keep the same
They
energy.
should.
Keep the same energy.
Unless you did something heinous.
Keep the same energy. That's all
Yeah.
we want.
Be
That's
consistent.
fair.
Be consistent.
Believe men.
Consistency is the only thing that we asking for.
I said believe men.
Yeah.
We're believing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I got raped.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Don't believe Frank.
And that's another topic
But-
for another day about men's rights that we could really get into.
Men's rights?
Yeah, men have rights.
Women's rights.
When did
Men's
you ever
rights.
think they did?
That's the
It's
point.
not
Like,
presumed.
a lot of people.
Yeah,
Socially, it's not presumed.
It's not presumed that men have rights?
No.
That-
that's not men's rights.
It
That's
is
just
men's
believing.
Why the fuck isn't it?
We're not extending the same benefit of doubt in that
We don't
situation.
have
And I understand why that is the case.
Yeah.
But
no.
people are being victimized who aren't being taken seriously because they are men.
Yes, it's been like that forever.
Yes. But because we're men,
What about
we're supposed to
goddamn
either
moving
deal
at
with it
25
or
days?
you're a man. That can't happen to you.
You sound like a white dude talking about white rights.
No. That's
men's
not
rights
No,
is a real thing.
no.
I'm saying I want
No,
men's
that's-
rights is a
no,
right.
come on, bro.
You don't believe
It's-
that you should have
Hey,
rights in certain
you
situations?
just
I'm
yell
not
like-
saying that I do.
I said believe.
I'm not saying that I don't. I'm sorry.
Believe, fuck men or women. Believe people who say they're being abused.
That's a better
It-
statement.
It's very
That's
simple.
not
It's
statement.
very
That's
simple.
not-
That's simple. But when it comes down to it, it's not perceived that way. We're not believed.
Like it's socially okay to not believe men until evidence comes out.
Right.
Yes.
But that's not the same case with women.
Yes.
Take that 2003 shit with Kobe Bryant for fucking. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like I said, I could dedicate a whole episode to just men's rights, and we could definitely have that conversation.
Sounds so stupid.
See,
I'm
that
sorry.
even that alone is crazy.
Right.
That alone is crazy.
Do women's rights sound stupid to you?
Yeah. Does all lives matter sound stupid to you?
Yes.
No.
Men's rights is the equivalent of
No,
all
it's
lives
not.
matter.
Don't do that.
Yes,
No,
it
it's
is.
not.
I'm talking
No,
about
it's
a
not.
very specific situation.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Specifically,
All lives do matter.
Historically, women have been
Blue
For
lives.
example-
that's true.
For example,
so
no.
it makes
For
sense
example,
for people to not be
the
as
Johnny Depp
believing when
situation,
things
right?
happen to
Yeah.
men.
and we're
because-
way over, but let's talk about it. The Johnny Depp situation.
I don't know.
He has been talking about he's getting physically abused.
Yeah, his finger cut
Nobody
off.
believed him.
Sorry,
Nobody.
Finger cut
He's
off.
getting a divorce. For those of y'all who don't know, he's in a divorce battle with his wife. And
Well, the divorce is already settled. He's now in a defamation suit because she keeps talking about it like she was the victim.
she was claiming that she was being abused during the
And
divorce.
yeah,
we've come
they
to
sided
find
with
out.
her.
And Johnny Depp was like, "No, I'm being abused." And then there was just back and forth, and obviously the public discourse was believing the woman in the situation. So then
It's like, I don't understand how you don't believe in men's rights if you just said that.
So
Do you
Johnny,
know-
let me finish the story just to explain to everyone. So Johnny Depp released an audio clip of him having a conversation with Amber Heard, and his ex-wife. During the audio, he was like, "I don't want to leave you, but if it keeps getting physical, I need to go." And she was like, "I can't promise you that it's not going to get physical. I just get so
Ooh,
mad
boy.
that I just want to, I can't control it." And they were like, that audio got released. They were like, "Oh, okay, so it's really the woman that's being abusive in this
No, it's
situation."
not.
That's
it's not
after
like-
the fact.
From the,
Right,
from
no,
the
I'm just
beginning,
describing the story.
from when the first allegation she made against him came out, her ex-girlfriend said that she abused her. Every woman in Johnny's life said that he is the nicest, most gentle man they've ever met in their life.
Is Johnny Depp the one
There
that
was-
takes the pictures where his hands are out? Like
No, that's
Like
Keanu
Reeves?
That's
Okay,
Keanu
sorry.
Reeves.
This woman threw a vodka bottle at him and cut his fingertip off. And he had to play that shit off for the media. Like it happened like he was on set for a movie.
Right.
He was being abused for years. And when he tried to tell his side of the story, nobody was hearing. I think
That is the definition of
and
lack
there was
of men's
so
rights.
much evidence in his favor, so many testimonies in his favor, testimonies against her, but we still believed her.
Right.
First,
Right.
that's the issue.
That's. I mean,
It's not taken
can't-
seriously from the jump.
you can't blame the public.
And I understand
after
why
having all
that's
of
the-
these examples of it going
I
the other
understand
way.
why that's the case.
your
I
but
get
there was
it.
tendency is gonna
evidence.
be-
I
There
get
was
it.
evidence from the jump.
But what we want is what we can't get. But what we want is just for everyone. We want an even playing field.
But
Take the
those
evidence.
situations don't happen on an even rate. So
No,
you can't
they're not
expect them to be a
reported.
50-50
They're not
chance.
reported.
Okay.
You really think
Okay, I
that
tried
men
to-
are getting abused
Yes.
equally as women?
Yep.
Dude,
It's
Really?
women.
Wait,
No,
wait,
hold on. If a woman gets emotionally abused or mentally abused,
No, I'm talking about physical
No,
domestic
it's-
violence.
no,
You think
no,
women
that's-
are being equally...
it's all abuse, and it's
It's-
still if I abuse someone, if you abuse someone emotionally or
Mhm.
mentally, it's taken.
It's still abuse.
It's still abuse,
Okay.
and it's taken just as seriously if it's fucking
Okay,
reported.
all forms of abuse. You think
It's
that women
taken
are
just
being
as seriously if
abused?
it's reported.
You think
I
women-
think men are more
Let me ask-
emotionally and mentally abused
Uh-huh.
than they are physically.
Let me ask you this
It's
question.
really hard to abuse.
Do you think
physically
that,
abuse a man.
just eyeball, because we don't have the statistics, do you think that in America, women are being abused at the same rate that men are being abused in America? You think that
Yes,
it's
I just
even?
think that they're not.
If you're
they're
talking
not
emotional
Okay.
and
all
mental,
of them put together.
Okay.
not physical,
No, all of them put together. Do you think
Can
that's even?
I say something real quick?
You can't put them together because physical would raise it up for women.
No, I think it is.
No,
and
you
I think
combine
that,
them.
I think that
Right.
men are not reporting it as well.
But
They
you
don't.
think it's happening on
They
an
were.
even rate?
It's not
I think-
even. It's
I
not
think
even. It's absolutely not.
You
even.
can put.
It can be
just
60,
eyeball
40.
it-
It's still a fucking problem.
Hold on.
I think
I
way
think
higher
we're still
than 60.
eyeballing it.
I know.
If we go physical, women will be higher.
Right.
But if you go mental and emotional, men will be higher.
Minimum,
think-
definitely be higher.
I will definitely.
Hell yeah.
I'll put all the money in my
Society
bank
does
account.
that
So do
shit.
you think that the cases of physical abuse, the men aren't emotionally abusing these women as well?
No,
Why do
Yes.
you think they don't leave?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say
I would say
100% of the
Why do you
time.
think they don't leave if there's no emotional aspect to it?
I wouldn't say
If
that.
it's just physical
We-
abuse and there's no emotional aspect, they would
Okay,
just fucking leave.
I personally think we just handle shit better.
No, that's not true. We don't talk about it because we're expected not to talk about it. It's not okay for men to be.
Which is why we handle it better.
I
We
would,
don't handle it better. We're bottling it up, and that makes it worse.
I would guess that
Over
on
time, I
all-
guess it could.
on all forms of abuse, women are being
They're being abused
more
more.
often.
Not all forms.
That's
Just
all-
physical.
All
Just
forms.
physical.
Emotional. You don't think that a man who's
No.
physically abusing his wife isn't also emotionally abusing him or her?
We can't state that though. That
I-
you're
but
being that's
If it was
semantics
just
again.
physical,
That's
if it was
If
just
you're
physical abuse and there was no
purely
emotional
talking about
aspect, they would
stats.
just leave the relationship.
Purely talking about stats, I agree with Alfonso.
that's semantics, dude.
Yeah, but fuck stats. Stats. Fuck that.
That's semantics. You
Stats.
can't just go
It's
off of that.
absolutely underreported for men and women.
Right.
More for men because it's not okay for men to show weakness socially.
Yeah, I don't even know if I agree with that. I'm sure that if you were to look to underreports or like not reported cases, I think
No,
unreported
that's-
cases probably even.
How can you find a number on unreported cases?
You can't. We're eyeballing it. We're talking shit.
You
You have
could-
a computer. in
there
front of
are
you.
You
stats.
couldn't
There.
pull up an unreported case on that computer because it's not fucking reported.
Right. We're talking. The argument in this case is about
Semantics.
who's being unreported.
We're arguing semantics, and we're way over.
Okay.
So we can get into
Let's-
this men's
let's do
rights
some-
topic.
This is definitely.
Let's do some questions. We need some
definitely-
levity.
Yeah, we definitely got to talk about this later. We're gonna get some numbers.
We don't
on
even
this
have
shit.
time for that, so we're gonna go. We're gonna go off that. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode.
Hey, this is a good one, dog. This
This
is
has
a good
been a
one.
good one. We
It's a good one.
definitely talked about a lot, got into a lot,
Cause like,
I'm
sorry.
but yeah, we're out of here. So
Do we have time for everyone to get like 30 seconds of a closing?
of what we're talking about?
Yeah.
We need some levity.
Everyone just have.
Yeah,
30
go ahead.
seconds.
Go ahead.
Who wants to go first?
You.
Me? Go first? Okay. Your point, the thing that I will say in closing is I do feel that women on the whole are being abused
Yeah.
more than men.
I agree.
And the reason why, when these cases come up, people are more likely to believe the woman is because in so many situations it's happened more often. Does it make it right? No. But I can understand why someone would lean more towards believing the woman because it just happens so many times.
Yeah.
How you fix that is even the playing field. These men need to get some boxing gloves, these women need to get some boxing gloves, start training.
Or you could just
Beat
start
that nigga's ass
believing
back.
men.
What's
Okay,
what,
beat-
what's
let's-
the
let's-
name? The guy
Okay,
that knocked
sorry.
up his wife.
Sorry,
Or
it's
Can I go next?
Montreal's 30
Okay.
seconds. Go ahead.
Alfonso, I agree with you. I'm saying when the evidence is there, and the evidence was there for Johnny,
Mhm.
take the evidence at face value. That's all I gotta say.
Frank, 30 seconds. Go.
I like both of your points, and but I just feel like mental and emotional. I think we're higher. I think physical women are higher. I think mental and emotional we're higher or we're at the same rate, but it's definitely not more for the other. It's definitely not more for a woman, in my opinion, because I think women emotionally and mentally abuse men all the time. It can be something as simple as like just talking down to him because he can't do something for you, or because you expect something that you saw somewhere else and you're not getting it. So it can be anything. It doesn't have to be something really big or something that's blown up on social media. I think that we're either at the same rate or we're higher because they're not physically abusing us like we would do them because they don't physically have it to do that most of the time.
Okay.
So, but yeah, moving on.
All right, Curry, 30 seconds and bring us home.
All right, so just to put a button on this topic, I think that I do agree. You know, maybe women's the physical violence and stuff like that is a lot higher. As far as that, I do also agree that mental and emotional fucking problems address men in a very, very high fashion, and I don't think it gets reported. But both things could be true, so I'm not gonna flex on it. But,
Yeah, these are all opinions.
Yeah, these are just all opinions. There's no facts here. I do believe that because of the lack of just believability and just the social standards of America per se, men are treated unfairly. I'm not saying men are right all the time, but sometimes they are treated unfairly. And yeah, that's just my point on that. So
Kind of leaves everybody with some levity before we close it out.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so we got a question from Tyler. Y'all know a person with Parkinson's disease is just.
No, I'm leaving. No.
Okay.
So let's go around the table. Let's get socials. Alfonso.
My social everywhere is at Vaughn V. It's VAUGHNVIS. I don't know if you have time for this, but I have an album that's coming out February 29th.
Is it?
January
4th.
All right, Montreal.
Instagram, I'm Father Trell. Twitch.tv/siege.exe or _exe, I forget which. YouTube.com/crow.slow, I think. Probably. Check me out.
It's Crow Not Slow. Frank Mo, Instagram and Twitter. Follow the fucking joint on YouTube. We ain't been saying that shit.
That's Frank with a PH, just so
Oh yeah.
you know you guys will
Yeah,
never.
I'm sorry. Frank Mo, PHRENK.
Like
Mo.
Stone.
No, that's PSN. Click Stone, PSN. All one word.
And of course, you can follow me everywhere at Chief Khare, CHIEFKHARE. And like Frank said, follow the YouTube. We're starting to get some traction on there. Follow the Instagram at the Joint Pod. That's TheJointPod. Sorry for people who sent in questions today. We'll answer them another time. Just got into a heated debate. So
This was a good one though.
yeah,
this
very
is a
good
good
episode. I like
Y'all-
episode
y'all-
25.
Everybody made some good ass points. I respect it.
Yeah. So
Put your wrong ass.
we love y'all.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely go ahead and get out of here. But the Joint Podcast episode 25.
25.
We out.
It's the
We out. Love y'all.
number
Peace.
after Kobe.
Oh, you ain't shit. You don't aspire to be shit. The number after Kobe.
Dude, when y'all said y'all were talking about Kobe on the 24th episode, I was like, please tell me y'all brought that up. It was the
Yeah.
24th episode.
Yeah, they
That's
did.
Kobe Bryant.
They did.
Yeah.